Hello, folks. This is the Black Weasel, and today, this is kind of like a late, early morning post, but this is One Piece, chapter 807. This came a little bit late, but I think Japan is making its crackdown progress pull through. Alright, and today, chapter 807 is called Flashback. It says the name of the chapter is called 10 Days Ago. The name of the chapter is called 10 Days Ago, and now starts off where we're back at Zoro's village, and everyone wants to train to become a swordsman. All the kids are using using three swords, and they have an eye patch. Well, they put a band-aid on their left eye. Kind of hilarious. All right, now we start off with a big ass page right on our back. We take place back on Zoo's left foot, and somebody says, "Wheeze, wheeze. I think we're done for today." And somebody else says, "Agree. We will just continue tomorrow." It did. Then the scene changes right into the right belly of the fortress, and this guy was telling Zoro, like, "Here you go, try some of our monkey wine. It's our pride and joy. It made with the fused with this beautiful forest." And Zoro said, "Oh, this is pretty good." And the animals will scurry around with Zoro, and Zoro says, "Get off me! Stop trying to toy with me!" And somebody yells out, "Hey, come on, let's have some fun!" And then one of the animals says, "Let me bite you a little." Somebody else says, "I want to lick you." And another animal says, "Let us guard you." And Zoro says, "Shut up and stop behaving like children." And yells out, "Hey, don't be so mad, Zoro. You're being rude to the people that's taking such good care of us." And then one that says, "Overlook the cultural differences, won't you? It's something that we Minks do habitually." And then Usopp says, "This is really good. What is it?" And Carrot says, "Hippo, lizard, alligator, maybe some frog. We don't eat anything with that fur on it." I think this surprised Usopp a little bit. And somebody yells out, "Ah! Everyone!" I think I am on Zoo's left foot. That's what Kimon and Kanjuro was saying. And Brooke is back. Brooke has on relief time. I read the news. So glad you're all okay. And then Luffy yells out, "Brooke, you look terrible." And then Brooke says, "Luffy, I'm very sorry about Sanji. I don't know if I can even face you now. But then again, I don't have one." And then Luffy and Usopp asks, "Huh? Hey, it was Wormo." And I think he was whispering towards Usopp. He said that he's fine, but he's having some trouble with the minks. And then Brooke says he's cooped up in his room and refuses to come out, but that could be for the best. And then Brooke says, "Gather around, you guys." And Frankie says, "Oh, good to see you, Brooke." And somebody asks, "Where's Kimon, son?" And then Luffy says, "You should have reached us by now." And then Brooke says, "Listen closely. Try." Uh, Brooke says, "Listen closely. Try your very best not to even mention the word samurai or the one no kingdom in this country. You might incur or hurt the wrath of the people. You might hurt or incur the wrath of the people here." And then Luffy says, why would the samurai incur wrath?" And somebody else, "I found you, barren corpse." And Zoro says, "Corpse?" And then Wanda said, in a flashback, Wanda said, head to the right belly forest. The body of your comrade's over there." And that's what Luffy says, "Ah." And then Zoro says, "So she was talking about him." And Wanda says, "Oh yeah, we nicknamed him like that to show affection." That's goofy. And then Zoro says, "What a confusing name." And Wanda said, "But to be honest, we were pretty shocked at first to think that this world had this many different types of people. I mean, canine means just a door and bones. That because they want to chew on him, and then Brooke says, "Help! Don't chew on me." And then she said, "Do what you want, then." And then Chopper asks, "By the way, where's Char Guy?" And Luffy says, he's in the bear forest." And then Nami says, "So what are we gonna do about Sanji-kun?" And Zoro says, "He didn't leave a note, didn't he? He worked it out somehow." And Luffy says, "It's not like as if he was captured or anything." And then Nami says, "You're taking this too lightly. This is serious." And Chopper says, "So much, but there wasn't much we could have done." And then Frankie says, you know what, guys? To be honest, we're all confused right now. We're barely getting a grasp on the situation at hand here." And then Usopp says, "That's right. The last time we spoke was when you invaded Big Mom ship, and now we found out that Zoo's literally a broken up ceiling on an elephant's back full of talking animals. We keep thinking that the memes would be against us, but look at how welcoming they are, saying stuff like we're the commoners or the benefactor and stuff." And then Nami asks, "No," Robert says, "Can you tell us everything from the beginning? What happened to you over the span of 11 days, Nami?" Yeah, Nami says, "Yeah, I was a little impatient, and she said, "Okay, let me start again." And Luffy's chewing on some meat and listen to her. And then Luffy says, "Sanji, Nami, Chopper, Brook, Momo, you guys head towards Zoo." And then Nami said, "We ran into Big Mom's ship back then in the seas near Dressrosa." Yep. So we're getting flashback towards chapter 31. Like what happened after that. Someone yells out, "Big Mom's gigantic singing ship." And he was still singing. And then Nami says, "From what we saw, there were a few mermen and the two that Luffy met before. It was Pitcom's Gau." And Mr. Tamago says, "We'll sing a Sawari." And Nami says, "And Capone Gang Bege, one from the worst generations." And somebody yells out, "Bege?" And she says, "It seems that they joined Big Mom as well." Nami says their target is probably Caesar, and Caesar himself isn't too thrilled with the idea because he says, "Hey, save me!" And then Nami says, "But it's not like we can just outrun them. We'll be dead, me and Lit, no time we don't do anything." And Brooke says, "Let's scoop the burst our way out of here." But somebody says, "I don't exactly know how to work this thing. It's usually Frankie Usopp's job." And then Momo turns into a dragon. Also, Chopper says, "I know how to fire the Gao cannon, though." And then Sanji says, "You idiot, why would you do that when they're right in front of us?" And then Sanji said, "Either way, we'll escape from the back." Meanwhile, Big Mom's ship continued to fire at those guys. And then Brooke uses Soul Solid, a sword technique, and he manages to freeze the cannonballs. And then Caesar's, right now, Chopper's using Caesar's gas body as some sort of cushion, and Caesar said, "Oh, remember as well, and regret ever treating me like trash." And Chopper said, "I won't save you if you don't do as you're told." And then Chopper says, "Well, I'll leave it to you, Sanji." He does Diablo Jambe. He checks the cannonballs back at Big Mom's ship. And then Picom says, "This is bad, Gau." And Tamago says, "It's a counterattack, boy." And then Capone says, "How is it that they're flying?" And one of the guys yell out, "The ship is coming down on attack." That's what the guys on Big Mom ships. And the singing head was a little bit surprised. And then Nami activates her Okamon tempo, and she says, "Weather egg, hatch rain clouds, rain tempo." And then Capone Bigot asks, "Why is the weather around them getting weird though?" And it's finally no, I can't see them anymore. And everyone was surprised. And Usopp says, "Ooh," and Luffy says, "Not bad, you guys." And Usopp also says, "Well, my palms getting sweaty." And Nami blushes and she says, "Oh, stop! It wasn't anything that great." And Chopper says, "I'm not shy, you jerk." And Robin says, "And so, when did you reach Zoo?" "We reached it the next day. It seems we're pretty close by already." And Chopper said, "That was 10 days ago. But from what I saw of the destruction in town, it looked like 2 weeks old." And Wanda said, "That's right. The country was already ruined 10 days ago, but we still consider Nami's around it along with other friends in America. If it weren't her for her courage and Chopper's medicine, we would have lost everyone in the Mokomo Dukum." And the animals got surprised. Like these are the same animals that got ravaged by Jack. And then Wanda says, "Your injuries are pretty recent also, but it's fine. We don't want to talk about." No, no, that's what Frankie says. Frankie says your injuries are pretty recent also, but it's fine if you don't want to talk about it. And then Wanda says, "No, I'll tell you everything. You guys have the right to know." Something happens. A talking animal says, "Everyone, the prince is finally awakened." The animals yell out, "Oh, really? That's good news. I thought that was the end for him. After all he's been through, it must have been terrible." Oh, they're referring towards Sanji, I believe. And then Chopper says, "Oh, that's great. Let's go check up on him." Miyagi, Tristan, and the doctors come out. "Okay, dokie, I'll make sure to take notes as well." And this girl says, "Miyagi Sensei, you're going too fast." And then Luffy says, "Huh?" And the guy says, "Wanda, Prince Urashi says he would like to meet our benefactors." Ah, God damn it. And Wanda says, "Ah, of course." And she thinks, "Thank God." And Wanda says, will you come along with us?" And Nami says, "That's great, isn't it, Wanda?" And Luffy says, "Sure, but who's this Urashi dude?" And Wanda says, "He's the prince of the Mokomo Yukum, and in short, our king. He's been in Komo ever since the city crumbled." And she says, "We have two kings in this country. The king of dawn, Prince Urashi, and the king of dusk, Master Nico Mamushu." And judging from the names, they're probably just a bunch of animals as well. Anyways, the scene changes back into Whale's force. And someone yells like "Captain," which is probably Beppo, and Allah is using his Viva card. And Beppo hugs Law, and he says, "Are they here yet? The sun's setting already." And Law's henchman says, "Captain!" They yell out, "You defeated Doflamingo, Captain Amazing." And Law says, "No, that was Straw Hat, yeah." We got lots to talk about, so let's move deeper inside the forest. And John Barnes probably says, "Yeah," and the scene changes back towards Zoo, right belly. And Wanda says, "It all started half a month ago, 17 days to be exact." Really, we always had this bell that would ring when a guest arrived in Mokomo. It hadn't rung for a month or so after Beppo and his crew came until one fine day. Wanda said, "But we were mistaken. It wasn't a welcoming bell, but the raid bell that had been ringing. The enemy tore down the forest and flooded our peaceful city." And then the elephant, and she said, "Zunisha howled as the unusual crumbles continued and continued." And then she also said, but how were we to give something that we did not own to a fierce enemy that expected us to do so?" And Jack, that's what Jack says. "You better give him up already." immediately. We know that you're harboring a Raizu, a warrior of the Wano Kingdom here. And that's the end of chapter 807. So yeah, we get a flashback towards. I think that's it.